Hello, doers. Welcome back. My name is Jose Ignacio. Today, we're taking a look at digest emails. If you've used Odoo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, when set up properly, these automated reports keep your team informed about key business metrics without overwhelming them with unnecessary notifications. No one likes spam. As a company grows, tracking KPIs becomes harder. Teams need consistent insights, but can't spend time constantly checking dashboards. Odoo's Digest emails fix this by sending scheduled snapshots of your performance straight to your team's inboxes. It's a powerful feature, so enough chit chat. Let's jump into the database and see it in action. To get started, we first need to confirm that the Digest email feature is turned on. So we're going to open up our settings application and scroll down to the section that says emails. So in our case, if it happens to also be off for you, you're going to tick that little box and then hit save up at the top. Boom, now it's activated. Once you've enabled that as well, you'll notice we have our nice little digest email field and we could see our default one, your Odoo periodic digest. To make changes to this template, we're going to click on the internal link next to its name. It's a nice little arrow, makes it easy. So a new form opens, displaying all the configuration settings for the digest email template. At the top, you're going to see a digest title. So this specific one happens to be your Odoo Periodic Digest. It's the default one, but we can rename it to whatever best suits our organization. And at Stealthywood, we're all about stealth. Stealth Weekly. You'll see why I did that right now. Because just below that, you're going to find the periodicity, which means how often the digest is sent. It's set to daily by default, but as you guessed it, I'm going to set it to weekly. We don't want to spam our teams too much now, do we? Remember that. So up next, we happen to have our mailing date, and that updates automatically based on the periodicity that you select. Next is the most important section, the KPIs, your key performance indicators included in the digest. Here, inside of our KPIs tab, you can enable or disable specific metrics by checking or unchecking their boxes. You can do that for any of these. Odoo pulls all of these KPIs from multiple apps, including CRM, sales, project, and others. So the exact list depends on what's installed in your database. At Stealthywood, we have access to some general KPIs, as you can see right there. And that happens to be connected users and messages, along with app specific ones like leads, opportunities. We got revenue over here, which is pretty important, and cash moves. Nice. You can also create new metrics using the nice little custom section. Be sure to check out our documentation as that requires Odoo Studio as well. And I have a tutorial for that. So I got you covered. So we can actually also open the recipients tab over here and choose who will receive the digest. Selecting add a line produces a nice little pop-up where you can pick your recipients. From here, you're going to see a list of all internal users in your database. To send it to everyone, simply tick, well, in this case, you're going to tick the box over here next to name, and then you just hit select. Boom, we got everyone right there. The digest will now be delivered to all users. Once everything is configured, you have several options. You can leave the form as is, and the digest will automatically send on the next mailing dates. Alternatively, if you prefer immediate delivery, you can also click send now over here at the top, or to deactivate it altogether if you don't want it anymore. For now, we're just gonna let it send on its scheduled date. So now that we've finished customizing our default digest email, let's create a new one tailored specifically for our sales team. So we're going to head back into our settings application over here, and we're going to go back over to the email section and configure our digest emails. So this brings us back again to the full list of digest templates. Currently, we only have the default one, and as you could tell, we need a new one. So we're going to select new up at the top. So in the new form, we're going to type in the one that we want. So this is going to be sales team digest. Perfect. All right, so for periodicity that we have over here, we're going to keep it as daily, as in this case, this one should be sent out every single day. Now let's choose what metrics we want to include. Because this digest is meant for the sales department, we're going to check only our CRM one and our sales KPIs right there. Perfect. This ensures that the team receives only the data that directly supports their work. Next, we need to make sure it's delivered exclusively to our salespeople. So we're going to go to recipients over here. We're going to select add a line. So perfect. Here we are. So here comes the fun part. To quickly narrow down the list to salespeople, we're going to actually open up our drop down over here. And you guessed it, we're going to add a custom filter over here. All right. So currently it's set to country is equal to, but I think we should change that right now. We're going to just change this one over here to employee tags. Okay, perfect. All right, the second field, we're going to change it over to contains. And then once that we're done for our very last one, we're going to have sales. Boom. Look at that. The pop-up now shows only users whose employee profiles include the sales tag. And before we go on selecting everyone by taking the box, we're just going to select the one up at the very top and then hit select, and we've added them to the recipients field. Our sales team is eager for these KPIs, so let's send the digest right away by selecting send now. That's a wrap on Odoo's digest emails. This feature is a powerful way to keep your team aligned on key business metrics without cluttering their inboxes. By customizing each of these digests to surface only the most relevant insights and scheduling them at your optimal frequency, you're going to ensure that everybody stays informed and focused and ready to take action. Thanks for tuning in, Odooers. Until next time, go grab a snack. Haichu, sponsor me.